We are live from Heartland Ice Arena for the Rivalry Series presented by the Chicago Blackhawks here on YouTube Live, a J&M Media production live from Lincolnwood. Good evening, everybody, and welcome into tonight's broadcast that features a bitter rivalry, a historic rivalry here in the state of Illinois. New Trier, Loyola, year in, year out, two of the best teams in the entire state. They take battle right down here on the ice tonight. Alongside Wes Anderson, Andrew Rubin, Jenna Rose down on the bench, I am Max Anderson, welcoming you into the broadcast tonight in what should be an outstanding game, a great atmosphere, and guys, we've been looking forward to this one for weeks. Yeah, can't say enough about the hype up for this game. Blackhawks Rivalry Series, New Trier Green versus Loyola Gold. And with that, we're going to send it down to ice level where Jenna Rose is standing by with New Trier head coach Adam Cheris. Jenna.
Thanks, team. Coach, over 150 students will try out every year to be on this team. How does this prevail?
Well, I'm telling you, I've known a lot of these kids since they were really young. These are all really hard-working kids. For the last 3 or 4 years at New Trier, I've seen them. I've been with this program, seen them keep climbing the ladder. Lots of talent out here, lots of hard workers, guys that really bleed green.
And your team is at the top of the heap in the standings, but Loyola is no joke. What will it take to get off to a hot start tonight?
Well, we know Loyola really well, and we know that no matter where we are, we're having a great season and they're not, or vice versa. It's going to be a tight game. There's no quit in that team, and we know it. We got to match their energy coming out of the gates, play our game, try and dictate the pace a little bit, but we know we're in for a dogfight.
And this is a newer transition for you, making your way from the assistant coaching role to the head coaching role. It was a no-brainer decision with your personality and your IQ of the game. What have you learned about yourself when you come into these high-pressure games?
I had 2 really good mentors. I got to work with Bob Melton and Chad Bidwell for years. They taught me a lot about these kind of pressure situations. They've done it for so long. It's believe in what your system is, believe in your players, believe in yourself. We got a great team here. I trust them. They're not going to quit. They'll give it their all.
Well, I'm sure they'll feed off the energy of this crowd. Coach, thank you for your time. Good luck.
My pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you, Jenna. It's clearly an exciting Coach Adam Cheris mentioned in his first year here, but into this rivalry game and this atmosphere, this is the second opportunity, but this one feels even bigger than the first.
Yeah, Max, you heard Jenna ask about that hot start that New Trier needs to have, and the 12-0-1 when they score first, so they know that when they get that lead, they're able to hunker down and win the game. Something they know that they need to get a fast start here against a great Loyola team.
Talked about the fight out of the Loyola side, Andrew, and for more on that, we're going to send it down to the other bench where Jenna Rose is standing by. Oh, looks like Scott Sorrell is finishing up with the refs. Nope, looks like now she's ready. So we'll send it down. Jenna Rose with Loyola head coach Scott Sorrello.
All right, thank you, team. Coach, the last time your crew played New Trier, they were a little overwhelmed by the speed. How do you counter that tonight?
It's all about our forecheck. We had a game on Wednesday, and we played with a lot of speed and really did well on the forecheck. So I'm really confident in the group that we have tonight.
And it seems like there are a lot of alumni and fans out here at this game tonight because this is a big deal not only to you guys but to the community. How do you fuel off of that energy to provide a good product on the ice?
It's just this program, Loyola, has so much tradition. It's one of the things I'm the most proud of. I mean, you look in our locker room, it's just built all the guys, and half of them are here right now, and it's really good to see. So we know that we have their support, and it means a lot. And I know the boys are playing for the guys that are here too, so it's good to have.
And it's a very contagious atmosphere in here. Coach, thank you for your time. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Jenna. I want to start on the first point that Scott Sorrello talked about there, the pressure of the forecheck. New Trier, everyone talks about the speed of New Trier. One way to counteract that, Andrew, is if you get a heavy forecheck and make them play out of their own zone consistently throughout the game.
Slowing down New Trier and their speed, as you mentioned, is paramount to trying to defeat this team. New Trier, if you can hold them in their own zone, teams feel that they could be a little bit more vulnerable in the defensive zone, but beating Loyola 1-0 the last time when these two teams met, Loyola's got a lot to figure out.
Yeah, expect that third forward to stay high, limit those chances of cross-ice passes, limit those outlet passes that gets that New Trier offense going in transition. Something to keep in mind here as we get this game going.
So with the buzzer in the background, we are getting close to puck drop. And with that, we're going to turn it over to our public address announcer, Andy Storts.
Good evening, students, parents, hockey fans, and fans watching on the SHL Network. Welcome to the American Heartland Ice Arena in Lincolnwood, Illinois, for game number 4 of the 2022-23 Chicago Blackhawks High School Rivalry Series. Tonight's game features a matchup between the New Trier Trevians and the Loyola Ramblers. Now let's meet the starting lineups for the New Trier Trevians. In goal, for New Trier, number 31, Wyatt Schmidt. On defense, number 13, William Cusick. On defense, number 87, Joey Rabinowitz. At center, number 8, Butler Chesson. At left wing, number 55, Alex Cheris. And at right wing, number 10, Tyler Smith. The head coach of New Trier is Adam Cheris. His assistants are Matt Kenyon and Brian Enriquez. And now the starting lineups for the Loyola Ramblers. In goal, number 35, Braden Haney. On defense, number 14, Ryan Cowan. On defense, number 19, Chris Sipe. At center, number 81, Jack Levy. At left wing, number 5, Jacob Holton. And at right wing, number 18, Mikey Baker. The head coach of the Ramblers is Scott Cirillo. The coach is DJ LeVar. The assistant coach is Dustin Lockwood. And the team manager is Yvette Finnegan. At this time, would the two team captains please report to center ice for tonight's ceremonial puck drop by Reverend Gregory J. Osdick, the president of Loyola Academy. Ladies and gentlemen, would you all please rise and kindly remove all caps for the singing of the national anthem by Ian Elliott, a student at Loyola Academy.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
A beautiful rendition of the Star-Spangled Banner here, and absolutely sold out Heartland Ice Arena, 2 or 3 deep around the boards, every seat taken. This is what high school hockey is all about. Gentlemen, in the starting lineup, something super important that frankly I wasn't aware of. Huge for New Trier Green, already loaded. They get Butler Chesson back tonight, and that's a huge story for the Trevians.
Max, we went down to talk to head coach Adam Cheris before the game. We saw Drew Durdoff, and we were asking about, hey, who's starting? He goes, it's confidential. We see why. Only 3 games played in the SHL, but he is their rock, and he's going to be a huge difference maker in this game.
Not enough nice things could be said about Butler Chesson throughout the entire state of Illinois. Coaches from other teams can talk about how big of a difference maker he can be. He has an overtime game-winning goal in the state championship game. He had an overtime game-winning goal against Loyola in a similar game to this last year. The kid has a nose for the big moment. He is one of the best players and someone everybody has to be on a watch for tonight.
Countering that return of Chesson is 2 important pieces returning for Loyola. Fresh off a football state championship, Mikey Baker and Garvin St. John enter this lineup and bring huge depth to this Loyola team that we talked about. A little bit of a rough start, but have really come on the last couple weeks, and they get some reinforcements.
Max, you talk about the fresh start coming off of that state championship win football. These kids know how to play in big games. You know they're jacked up. You know they're ready to provide for this team, having been gone for 3-4 months with football, and they're going to be ready to go tonight.
Mikey Baker right out there with the opening line. Heck of an athlete for Loyola Academy as he looks to bring that jump here for the Ramblers, who lost the last time these 2 teams got together 1-0 in what was a defensive-dominated game. We'll see what tonight brings as Butler Chesson cleanly wins the opening draw, and we are underway from Heartland Ice Arena. Immediately, Loyola gets the puck deep. We talked about that before the game, the importance of Loyola getting the puck in deep, heavy on the forecheck. Right off the bat, we're seeing it. Cheris and Baker in the neutral zone. Eventually Baker's going to fire it down on Wyatt Schmidt. Didn't get a chance to talk about him before the game. But Schmidt, the sophomore goaltender, him and Durdoff really split time. Here's a centering pass, not able to get it to go, but split time. Schmidt getting the big start. And not just the start tonight, but also his birthday, so he gets a big opportunity to have a big night.
Max, you talk about that goaltending core for the Trevians. So a 1.3 goals against average in the SAHL, topping the best. They know they can lead on either goalie in any game.
Here's Hennigan. He enters. Shot deflected. That one goes well up off the netting. And just 57 seconds into the game, we have a face-off draw.
Wes, you brought up the goaltending situation for New Trier. Really a 1A, 1B type of story there. All the coaches and players have full belief in whoever's in net for them that they're going to get a chance to win. Great
1A, 1B comparison. There's really no drop-off between either two, and it's all the confidence in the world from the coaching staff for both goalies.
Getting Joe Bear, we're digging for the puck. That again flipped off the net, so just 5 seconds gone. We'll have another offensive zone draw coming for New Trier.
Something to take note of, Loyola has last change in this game, looking to match the powerful lines New Trier has scoring-wise.
Andrew, that's a great pickup, something that Adam Cheris will send that line out first, and Coach Sorrell is going to be matching lines pretty much every shift to try and take full advantage of that second change.
3 whistles in about 10 seconds. We're back underway. Make that 4 whistles in 15. Can't get into a rhythm yet here. Just 70 seconds gone in the game.
Max, little announcer's jinx there. I expect us to play 5 minutes of uninterrupted hockey here now that you said that.
If only it worked that way, right, Wes? It seems to only work in the negative for broadcasters.
Exactly.
Here's a shot from the point. Randall well wide of the net. Backhanded by Snow. Alertly, Braden Haney had to get that right pad down quickly, keeps it out. Talked about Wyatt Schmidt. Braden Haney having himself a sparkling season as well, a 94% save percentage. If you're looking for a scale, anything above 93% in high school hockey is a pretty elite number. Here's a chance right in front of the net. Just goes over the crossbar.
Good sight for New Trier. Chesson already involved.
Here's Snow. He scores! Tons of traffic in front. And just a minute and a half into the game, it's 1-0 New Trier.
Looks like Braden Haney has his palms up. We're going to get a replay here. But you talk about Butler Chesson making a difference here and parked in front of the net. Number 12, Kitchell Snow is going to get the goal, but a lot of traffic in front. Butler Chesson jockeying for position, and you can see why Braden Haney's got his arms up. As he's going to move in front of him, it looks like he hits his own defenseman into Haney, causing him not to be able to play that puck. Surprised, honestly, that wasn't goalie interference, but we're gonna play on.
So our first goal of the game goes New Trier's way, and Loyola finds themselves in an early hole here at Heartland.
Exact start New Trier is looking for, looking to get their fans going in a game like this to settle in with a 1-goal lead. Big advantage.
Max, you have the decibel counter right in front of us. I gotta think that thing went over 100 as soon as they scored. A low ceiling here. It's gonna be pretty loud.
Wes teased it. We do have a decibel counter. Curious how loud this place can get. Currently, the high is at 105.5. You can go ahead and look that up in terms of what the equivalent is. I believe that's something like a city traffic, something in that neighborhood. We'll keep an eye on that all game.
Hope we get a 12th man type number from the Seattle Seahawks, hopefully, if this game gets tight later on in the game.
Here's Garvin St. John. He has the puck roll off his stick. Miller in the neutral zone, comes back to St. John. Matt Klein trying to dig the puck out behind his own goal line. Here's Baker. Baker able to get it up to Joe Bear. Quickly Finger trying to keep it in, wasn't able to. That puck goes all the way down ice. Here's Charlie Bain. Leaves for Baker. Bain leaves it for Joe Bear. Trying to find some space. You see how quickly New Trier is able to close any space these Ramblers are able to get. New Trier widely believed to be the fastest team in the state, and they're showing it here early. No space.
Yeah, if you're Loyola, you really have to simplify your game against them. Get pucks to the net. You're not going to be able to make the skill plays you're normally able to make.
Great zone time, too, by the Ramblers right after that goal, trying to put some pressure on this Trevian's defense.
Great pickup, West. Shift after a goal, so important for the outcome of the game.
So it's an unassisted goal for Kitchell Snow. Shot it through a bunch of traffic. Apparently hit nobody on its way, but could certainly give Butler Chesson an unnamed assist on that one.
That's one of those things that doesn't come up on the score sheet, but it's those little things, those small little details that are so paramount for a team like the Trevians, and it's why it's led to so much success for them this season.
Also talks about who he is as a player, one of the more skilled players, great speed, great shot, going to those heavy, high traffic, not easy to go to areas. Exactly what you want to see out of him.
Andrew, you know this quote, good things happen when you go to the net, right?
Smith winds up, whiffs on his shot. Cheris couldn't collect it between the circles.
You would say he knows where the goals are at.
Yeah, oh, exactly, 100%.
Rolls around a sight behind the goal, hits the referee's skate. That's an advantage for Cheris. Fitzsimmons trying to get it out. Here's a shot from the point, a lot of traffic. Haney saw it go wide. Finnegan just trying to backhand it out of the zone. He does. Hennigan will drop it right back in. It's going to be a battle of wills. Both these teams want the puck just buried in the other team's end. So far, it's New Trier doing a little bit better job of being able to keep the puck in the offensive zone.
Yeah, just a little bit of sloppy play from Loyola. We see guys running into each other on their team. Just not accustomed to what they're doing. A little bit of nerves here early on.
See Ryan Cowan getting some time. You'll see him both on defense. He might cheat up and play a little bit of forward from time to time. One of the top players in the state. That's just a little bit offsides. So we get a whistle and a neutral zone draw to come.
Andrew, you talk about the sloppy play of the Ramblers. We see just there a little miscommunication right next to Haney. Almost leads to a turnover pretty much on the doorstep. So something they're going to need to clean up as this game goes along.
Yes, and Max, you brought up Ryan Cowan. He is the point leader for Loyola, a 4-year varsity player. Again, like Butler Chesson, widely considered maybe possibly the best defenseman or player in the state of Illinois. He leads this Loyola team.
I was going to say the point leader, and he missed the first 5 games of the SHL season. Just goes to show you how important he is to this lineup. Here's Waltman. That puck chips up into the netting. So we talked a little bit before about these Loyola football players re-entering. Jenna Rose has more on that.
Yeah, well, it's pretty interesting. Most teams look at that as a challenge, but for the head coaching staff over at Loyola, they see that as a blessing. You can't ask for better players in Mikey Baker as well as Garvin St. Jean. They make that transition very easy, and during their time away, this gives other players a chance to develop when that might not necessarily be the case in the regular season. So they're going to be ready to go when it comes February, March time, guys.
Yeah, Jenna, we talked to the coaches, specifically DJ LeVar, about this, and we had to the point of, is it help? Does it hurt? What does it mean? And I think to Jenna's point, especially this season with so many new pieces, a bunch of transfers coming in, it gave them some extra time to find some depth. They knew they had reinforcements in Baker and St. John coming in, but it gave them some time at the beginning of the season, give some guys some extra looks.
I think it's similar to kind of like a professional sports trade deadline. You have your guys play the start of the season, get the feeling, and then it's just only additions from there on out. Only real positives can come forth there to help this Loyola team for the home stretch of the season.
Andrew, that's a great analogy, the trade deadline and the NHL, NBA, whatever. You have it, get some extra reinforcements, really can help this team grow as this season moves along.
Want to make sure we give good credit to the presenting sponsor of the SHL, Uline, the shipping and industrial supply specialists. Thank you, Uline, for stepping up big time for the support of the SHL. Part of the reason we're here, of course, also in partnership with the Chicago Blackhawks tonight as part of the high school rivalry series. This is game 4 of that high school rivalry series. We'll have game number 5 tomorrow night right back here at Heartland. It'll be Loyola and New Trier again, except the girls get their chance on the rivalry series tomorrow night.
Going to be a great atmosphere just like this one.
Centering pass, able to keep it in his sight. Butler Chesson knocks it down with a thigh, and now he comes back the other way. Aiton Green, we'll see the speed. His shot deflects off the stick of Sipe, goes up into the netting with 11:19 left in the first.
Coach Adam Cherish just has to be thrilled. Butler Chesson doing not only the spectacular things, but the little things when he's coming back. That's exactly what a team wants to see out of somebody that is wearing the C for them as the captain of this team as he leads them.
Guys, and it looks like he hasn't missed a step either. He's only played 3 games in the SHL so far, and already on that first goal, less than 7 minutes in, he's already contributing, already being a factor, something that the coaching staff for the Ramblers has talked about before this game.
Haney with some trouble on a quick backhand. Now Rabinowitz winds up. Haney just scrambling to get back in position. Herschritt takes a swipe at net, gets deflected wide. Chaos in front of the Loyola zone. They're able to keep it out. Now the puck bouncing everywhere, and Haney will take a draw as there was chaos in the Loyola zone.
Good on him to settle that down. That's the second or third time we've seen a bunch of traffic in front of him. The Trevians doing a great job of setting up screens, getting in front of him, trying to create as much havoc as possible.
It was initially a little cheeky backhanded shot by Aiden Nolan that kind of caught Haney off guard, led to that chaotic sequence.
Looks like he got bumped again, and I think it was Will Steele that blocked that point shot. Haney was down and out. That's a goal-saving block.
Steele trying to catch up to the puck. He's able to get it out, gets it up to Holton. Matt Klein trying to play it up the near wall, eventually able to get it out. That's going to go all the way down ice for an icing. With 10:29 left in the first, we'll come right back to Loyola zone.
Guys, we commented on the great response that the Ramblers had right after giving up that first goal, and ever since then, it's really been all Trevians. Maybe 1 or 2 shots on that following shift after the goal, and then the Trevians go back to work, getting in front of Haney again, and that's got to be uneasy for him, getting bumped not once but twice here earlier in the game.
And we see New Trier. They're really not necessarily physically the enforcers, but they know that they're coming. They're playing their game and forcing the other team to adjust to them.
Here comes Liam Finnegan, a pass off the boards, gets it up to Fitzsimmons, centering, but falls right to the stick of Savino. Furton comes to support along the far half wall. Now Fitzsimmons in the corner, trying to get it back to the point in Cadlick. Instead, it goes all the way across the slot to the opposite boards, and corralled now by Randall. Randall to Finger, now to Furton. Furton off the half wall. He's cut off by Aiden Fisher. Cadlick around the other side. You can see 3 green sweaters all the way to the goal line. The pressure New Trier's putting on. Loyola cannot seem to break it at the moment.
No, and just too easy for New Trier on their breakouts and regroups, getting that puck back into the Loyola zone.
You got to know Coach Cheris is happy with the forecheck and the way they've been aggressive here in the offensive zone.
And Coach Scott Sproul, he talked about that forecheck. Loyola had a little bit of established zone time at the beginning, but they really need to tick up the pressure on this New Trier team.
And Les, our goaltending expert here on the SHL Network, I heard you chuckle. Not often you ask your goalkeeper to jump in net, but that's what Haney had to do right there.
Great glove save by him. It didn't look like that was going over the line, but you could tell that Loyola needed some reinforcements. Got a quick change for his team there.
Sipe trying to chip it out. Again, the pressure keeping the rush alive for New Trier. Now inside of the net. Comes point blank, trying to stuff it home past Haney was Cheris. A little bit more dangerous than he realized. Shenton waiting back at the point, said it's below the goal. St. John turns it over to Smith. Smith trying to find a lane. Backhands it. Good active stick from Haney. Stops that rush for the Trevians. First time I feel like I've turned my head to the right in several minutes, guys. It was probably 4 or 5 minutes straight of New Trier pressure down to our left.
Max, yeah, we talk about their forecheck, just relentless in the offensive zone, not letting Loyola to break out how they normally would like to.
Waltman goes around one. He can't get around a second. Hennigan takes it the other way. Just misses Cheris. Now Baker just touches it into the zone. Going to give Waltman a chance in the corner. Waltman to Baker. Joe Bear waiting in front, trying to find some space in the corner is Waltman. He's checked off the puck. Shenton comes in support and able to clear. Takes an awkward bounce. Steele having to hurry. You see the speed of Chesson. Chesson shoots into the chest of Haney. Takes a whistle. We'd like to thank Howie's for being a sponsor of this year's Chicago Blackhawks Rivalry Series. Use code RIVALRY at howieshockeytape.com for 15% off your next order. 8:09 left in the first period, 1-0 New Trier.
Yeah, guys, we see there Butler Chesson just exploding through the neutral zone. Just puck's just out of his reach, almost a partial breakaway, but Haney on top of his crease as well, up to the task, and a great save to keep it 1-0.
Off the draw to Chesson. His shot towards net gets deflected up into the ceiling. So we'll get another draw. Both teams doing a really good job getting in shooting lanes, guys. We've seen at least 5 or 6 blocked shots already just halfway through the first.
That's an emphasis so big in the game of hockey right now, selling out for your team. And those are the plays that get your team fired up as well. Gets everybody going in the same direction, something they can rally around.
Gets the guys going on the bench. I know as the goalie on the broadcast, I don't hear it, but I know the boys on the bench are tapping their sticks, and happy that their guys are doing the little things for their goalie.
Douthit tries a little play off the wall to get it out, not able to. Trying to keep the pressure of the Ramblers. Eventually forced out by Kitchell Snow. Now with a little bit of space for Benowitz. He'll let Snow lead the rush, but quickly pressured by Mikey Baker. Benowitz collects. Drops for Douthit. Douthit's shot collected by Haney. Takes a whistle with 7:33 to go in the first.
We see lots of room for New Trier right now in the neutral zone on that rush, especially for Rabinowitz. That's because these Loyola defensemen, they know the speed that New Trier has. They have to be backed up, especially with that last forward, giving lots of space in the neutral zone. Expect New Trier guys to be flying through the neutral zone with the puck all game long.
Right on net, Haney. Miller with a little bit of a whack at Haney as he dropped his glove at the puck. Ramblers didn't like that.
Yeah, as a goalie, it's uneasy when you know the other team's coming at you. You've got bumped a few times here early. Just makes you that so much more uneasy in your crease.
Cheeky play there from Herstrit trying to go forward. Tries to do it again. Slipping that center, looking to create a shot. Backdoor play right off the faceoff.
Here's Miller. He's got Herstrit. Herstrit shot just misses the near post. And he scrambles back. Takes a weird bounce off the boards. I thought that might have gone in.
We'll see if we can get a look from the goal cam.
Crazy bounce. Not even sure how the puck got in front of the net there.
I mean,
can't see it there. Maybe
Haney with great positioning. It's right in between his legs right there. He closes it. I don't think that goes across the line. But just a great positional save by number 35 in net for the Ramblers. Just a seeing eye puck that takes a crazy bounce off the end boards and finds its way into the crease.
Awesome to have the goal cam to have that look there. It looks like it went off the skate of Finnegan and then in between the legs of Haney.
Big thank you to New Trier Hockey Club for sponsoring that. Nolan whacking away at the puck. Couldn't get anything on net. Now Savino at the near point. He'll drop it below the goal. Miller battling behind. Able to win a battle. Huge collision in front of the net, but Randall has to retreat back into the neutral zone to collect that. I mentioned it. New Trier Hockey Club, big thank you to them for stepping up here in the SHL and buying the needed equipment we needed for that goal cam. Big thank you to them and their support of the SHL. Big check by Holton. Now Savino leaves for Herstrit. Urshrit with some space, trying to figure out his next move. Miller's shot, left pad saved by Haney. Able to keep it out. Finnegan loses his skates. Trying to get the puck out, eventually gets it past Shenton, and the Ramblers will go for a change.
It's just a battle every single time Loyola is trying to get the puck out of their zone right now with this pressure New Trier is putting on them.
Furton a little bit shy of center ice. That's going to be an icing. A little bit ill-advised by 52 in green. A break for Loyola. They're going to get their, I believe, their first offensive zone draw of the game.
Yeah, Andrew, you talk about the pressure that New Trier is putting on Loyola. You see just in front of us as you're saying that, there's sticks and passing lanes, making it just so hard for Loyola to move the puck, particularly in the neutral zone.
Yeah, and we see head coach Adam Cheris there give almost like the inches sign that you see in football, saying the red line was right there. You just need to take that one extra step.
And he had the space, not like a check was incoming. Just let it go about 2 or 3 yards early.
One of those things that drives a coach crazy.
And in these games like this, that adrenaline's there. You kind of snap the stick maybe a little early. Just something that you're going to feel out throughout this game.
Here's Shenton taking it behind his own net. Messina trying to create a turnover, get something started for the Ramblers, not able to. That stretch pass misses everybody. Icing will come right back down to the New Trier end.
Saw Loyola really get on the forecheck there, force a reverse out of this New Trier team. Really threw them off for the first time on this New Trier breakout. We've seen them a little bit out of shambles there as we see the icing on that long stretch pass attempt. See if Loyola can really start to figure out this New Trier breakout.
Hennigan and Jack Levy take the draw, able to keep it at the point, deflected in front. Good save by Schmidt. That hit something on its way to net. Off the stick of Aiden Fisher.
First time we've said Wyatt Schmidt's name in a while, Wes. You can give us just how hard it is as a goalie to stay focused without seeing shots in a long time.
You're always mentally locked into the game, but you kind of get a little restless there. Sometimes your technique can be a little lacking if you have only faced 2-3 shots in the first 12 minutes. But great on Wyatt Schmidt there, able to freeze that down on a tip just right in front of him.
Clearance attempt kept in by Levy. Back to the point, and Fisher just couldn't handle the puck. He had plenty of space. Not sure what went wrong there for Aiden Fisher. Now he's getting pressure, turns it over. Here's Cheris. Cheris' shot. Haney with a big save. And Aiden Fisher going to give his goaltender a pad tap because I'm not sure what happened at the blue line, but nearly led to the second goal of the game for New Trier.
Yeah, I think the puck just hit off the boards in a real unfortunate place. He probably should have attacked it there to not let that puck hit off the boards, just catch it clean, look to get it back deep. He was looking to peel that puck off the wall right away and shooting. And just taking a bad bounce and going right by him.
Flying the zone, or at least going for a quick change, is Jacob Holton. Cusick holds, blocked shot by Mikey Baker. Kicks into the corner, eventually forced out. With some space comes Charlie Bain. Here's Bain, he shoots. His shot partially deflected on its way to net. Schmidt deflects it up into the netting. An offensive zone draw coming for Loyola.
Attempt to pull and drag there by Charlie Bain, looking to use the defenseman as a screen. Puck got partially blocked and steered immediately into the netting by Wyatt Schmidt.
Yeah, rather easy save for him, but again, we see a little bit more of a push from Loyola here in the last few minutes, trying to tie this thing up.
Locked up in the near face-off draw. Wind up is Cowan. That one just misses the net. Still loose in the crease, whacking away at it is Joe Bear. And now some pushing and shoving after the play. First time we've seen that really this game. Expect that to pick up as the game goes along.
Guys, something that you don't always see, a shot off the end boards. Comes back into the crease. Is Loyola home team here. They know how bouncy these boards can be. Sometimes that's a set play. Don't think that was particularly the case there, but something to keep in mind when these pucks miss the net.
Yes, and Ryan Cowan, one of the best defensemen to say, getting his shot through or indirecting it off the boards, finding a way for that puck to get to the front of the net to give his forwards a chance.
Here's a shot from Sipe. That one kicked aside by Schmidt. Sipe gets it. Point blank, Joe Bear just off the top of the shoulder by Schmidt, inches away from the first goal for Loyola.
Big push here from Loyola, exactly what they're looking for, getting it on the forecheck.
Baker gets it on the give and go, gets checked. Now it's shot from Joe Bear, he scores! Cole Joe Bear picks it up on the back door, ties the game, it's 1-1.
Just as I said it, Loyola was all over New Trier for the last 45 seconds to a minute. Just a matter of time there, and as Scott Sorello said, it's all going to start on the forecheck for Loyola.
Really the key to that is all these shots getting through from the point. This starts from a shot getting through, misses the net, the puck pops out of the middle of the slot, and Joe Bear is able to beat Wyatt to that blocker side, tie this thing up, and guys, this place is rocking again.
Real smart play from Joe Bear there. He was looking backdoor the moment he saw his man get tied up. He was the first to that puck. able to get there in the slot, pull it to his forehand, and just roof it on Wyatt Schmidt to tie this game 1-1.
Andrew, that's what they call a goal scorer's goal, just finding the right places to be when that puck pops free.
All started with that play off the half wall, the little give and go. Baker got the puck in the middle, was able to create a little bit of space. Puck fell to Joe Bear, and you could almost feel the sigh of relief from the Ramblers side. They got shut out last time these two teams played. Seemed like they were having struggles just getting anything going offensively. Just one goal can loosen a team up.
It's a great point, Max. Just getting that one. The first one is always the hardest. You can always see an avalanche coming after that. We'll see how the rest of this game goes, but you said a huge sigh of relief for Loyola.
Especially when you're going up against the team that gives up the least amount of goals per game. That first goal can be such a confidence boost going forward in a game like this.
So 4 minutes to go here in the first period. A 1-1 score and an absolutely sold-out Heartland Ice Arena. 2 or 3 deep around the boards, every seat taken. Got Jenna Rose down on ice level. Wes Anderson to my right, Andrew Rubin to my right. I'm Max Anderson. One of the most fun games we get to do every single year. So for Mikey Baker in just his 4th game, guys, we've talked a little bit about the football players coming back for Loyola. It's one thing to come back and play. It's another thing to be as effective as Mikey Baker's been. Get back to that in a minute. Here's a shot from Furton. Blocker save from Haney and cleared. But in just 5 games, guys, again, can't stress enough, he's been playing football for 4 months. He's got 2 goals and an assist in 4 games.
Yeah, be able, when everybody else has been skating for multiple months too, to come in and have that kind of impact, something special from Mikey Baker there.
And you could see why the coaching staff was so excited to get him and Garvin St. John back. The impact Baker right away. Huge for this Loyola team. St. John able to deflect it out of the zone, goes all the way down. Schmidt will have to settle it. Now you see the pressures. St. John catches up to it at the far half wall. Able to pry it free. Sight plays it forward. Rides the rail. Comes to Waltman. Cowan thinks about a pinch for a second. Thinks better of it. Retreats back into the neutral zone. That's the calculus that guys like Ryan Cowan are going to have to play all game, Andrew. Is in that moment you saw him take like one small stride up and you're realizing, nope, I'm going to stay back. I don't have the support coming behind me. I can't take that risk here.
He knows about the speed that New Trier has and how deadly New Trier is off the rush as well. I would say New Trier's power play is one of the main ways they score. Also off of the rush is how they score a majority of their goals. They're looking for those stretch passes, non-stop to lead odd man rushes.
Cheris able to just look like it might have gotten outside the blue line. Linesman waves his arm no. Big hit from Joe Bear. He forces a turnover, falls to Baker. Baker checked as he let a shot go. Now in front, Schmidt alertly had to deflect it away with his goalie stick. Back the other way comes Savino. Savino trying to drag between the legs of Cowan. That's not going to work on the captain for Loyola. Here's the game's goal scorer for Loyola, Joe Bear. Stretch pass, gets it onto the stick of Charlie Bain, and Bain loses the puck to Randall. Good support on the puck from Holton, following up the play. Here's Matthew St. John. He's checked off the puck. Almost a turnover from DJ Long.
Loyola is one step ahead of New Trier right now on that forecheck. Nothing easy is coming from New Trier right now.
Here's Long with the puck. He's got the trailer in St. John. He shoots. Blocked by Savino. Another backhanded attempt. Sprawling chaos in front of the net. Eventually we get a whistle with 1:16 left in the first.
Andrew, talk about how this Ramblers offense has got that quick step, and they're really doing it with their physicality. We thought we'd see that earlier in the game with these two bitter rivals going at it early, and in the last minute and a half, they've been throwing all kinds of hits, really enforcing their will on this Trevians defense.
Couldn't agree more. The physical play of Loyola has turned this game around to a complete 180 where it was been all New Trier. It's almost all Loyola now, as we see a discussion right now between New Trier captain Will Cusick and the officials.
And the Loyola faithful, seen several people, including on the bench, cross their arms. They think there might have been a covering of the puck, and they want a penalty shot here. I'm not sure what we're going to get out of it. The officials talking. Captains come together. Trying to hear what the referee's saying.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be a penalty shot. Puck's at the center ice. Hard to see from our vantage point with all those players in front, but Yeah, it looks like one of the Trevians must have covered the puck with their hand in the crease, and number 4, Aiden Fisher, is going to have a penalty shot against Wyatt Schmidt.
A huge moment in this game as Aiden Fisher, with 2 goals on the season, is going to step up and try to put the Ramblers ahead. Adam Cheris getting the explanation over on the New Trier bench. The New Trier faithful aren't happy about it. So Wyatt Schmidt gets set in his net. And Wes, in situations like this, what's going through the mind of Schmidt?
Gotta let the player make the first move. Can't bite on that first deke. That might happen. You gotta, and if you can, force him to shoot. Maybe fake a poke check. Just gotta be out on your crease.
Here's Fisher. He's gonna skate wide to our right. Across the near dot, fake, shoots off the post, and would not go. He had space, but we stay 1-1.
Max, as we'll get a replay there. Schmidt doesn't bite on that first shot. Fisher comes out right, fakes the shot, and like you said, there's room up there, but not able to beat the post, and we stay tied 1-1.
That's one that I think if you gave Aiden Fisher 4 more chances at, he's going to bury.
That's where the goalie's going back, tapping his post. Marc-Andre Fleury is a big component of that, tapping his post, talking to his post, thanking him for keeping that puck from going across the line.
And perfect vantage point from us in the camera. We could see exactly what Aiden Fisher saw. Just an unfortunate bounce for him, and very fortunate for New Trier. This game remains 1-1.
Great work by our excellent camera crew as always. Patrick Loftus, Matt Budin. We got 2 full-time cameramen tonight. So big thank you to both of them. Here's Waltman winning the puck back. Puck just sitting just next to Schmidt. Talk about the response, guys, over the last 6 or 7 minutes after New Trier was really controlling this game. The latter half of this period's been all Ramblers, but here's, with 35 seconds left, Cusick jumping up into the play. Waltman able to settle things down.
We see the captain Cusick there trying to will his team, trying to get them back on track after the last few minutes have been all Loyola.
Now just 20 seconds left here in the first. Puck stuck right in front of the neutral zone. Big hit by Charlie Bain. New Trier's bench wanted a penalty. They're not going to get one.
I would have to think that was a penalty too. Little interference, and not so the New Trier player had the puck there.
Now clearing one more time. Waning seconds of this first period. 2 seconds left on the clock. That will do it for our first period after one. A 1-1 score, and what can only be described as a 50-50 period. Both teams had moments, 50-50 period.
Yeah, Max, like you queued up, tail of two periods, really. The Trevians controlling the first half, and then the Ramblers with a great response there in the last 8 or 9 minutes.
Right on, Wes. Really first half, all New Trier there. 50-50, but tail of 2 halves in that first period. All New Trier at the beginning, all Loyola at the end. Interesting to see who comes out here, who comes out hot here in the second period with the long change.
So both teams huddling around their benches. We're standing by as Jenna Rose is going to get some thoughts after the first period from maybe Butler Chesson or Will Cusick. We'll see who she's able to track down there on the bench.
It's always hard to get those forwards to come out of that huddle. You know, Adam Cheris is drawing up something, making those small little adjustments that need to happen at intermission to kind of counteract that push that we saw from the Ramblers in the last half of that period.
Yeah, these coaches are know how important it is that just the adjustments from period to period, shift to shift in a game like this, so important in games like these.
So it looks like Jenna's been able to corral Will Cusick. So Jenna, take it away.
All right, well, it seems like a major storyline for you guys is you and Butler Chesson coming back in after injuries. It seems like you guys haven't missed a beat. What made that transition effortless?
I mean, like, our boys, they had our backs. They're playing amazing. They've been playing amazing while we're hurt. It's great to be back, but, I mean, they're playing a hell of a game too.
Yeah, and definitely dominant in Loyola territory for a majority of the first frame. How do you take that momentum back as you head into the second period?
I mean, we just got to bear down on our chances. We got to clean up the D zone. We got to get our goalies back.
All right, Will, thank you.
Thank you.
And not easy coming back into an environment like this. But Butler Chesson We saw he got in front of that net, led to that first goal. We're going to flip it over to the other bench. Ryan Cowan now standing by with Jenna. Jenna, take it away.
Thank you, guys. Well, it seems like the tides have turned over the course of this first period, especially in the latter half there. What was that spark to get things going?
I think we just we had to get used to the atmosphere. I think we were a little bit shaky. Guys, couple guys were like nervous about it. I don't know. I think we settled down. We know that if we forecheck our butts off, and they won't be able to break it out.
Solid coaching staff for you over at Loyola. What was the message right after the first period?
Same thing I just said. Got to keep the forecheck up because 5-on-5 they can't play with us. We're forechecking our butts off.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
And it's always good when team captain can echo the coaching staff's message. That's what they told us before the game. That's what Scott Sorello said on air. That's what Ryan Cowan talked about. Forecheck, forecheck, forecheck. And I know you guys are smiling because of the last comment Ryan Cowan just made.
Real bold statement there from Ryan Cowan. You bring up, you want your captains to just be extension of the coaching staff, but that can be some bulletin board material there for the New Trier, as not being able to play 5-on-5 with a team that's undefeated in regulation so far this year is a very bold statement.
Would you expect anything else from Loyola New Trier, Andrew?
Honestly, no, but you don't want to give the other side any fuel to the fire there.
Andrew took the words right out of my mouth. Can't scale us 5-on-5, even though the Trevians, we felt like from the broadcast booth, really took it to the Ramblers for the first 8 or 9 minutes there. So great response by the Ramblers. Maybe that's what he's talking about. They're able to settle in this game, finally able to move their feet, able to skate with this Trevians team. And guys, we're going to have a great second period.
Second period action underway. The two sides will flip. Of course, now it's the period of the long change. It's always important to keep an eye on, especially in transition moments. The high school level, that much more important. Andrew,
Also,
you talk about it all the time on the broadcast, especially in the second period. You got to make sure if you're going to get the puck in, get it deep.
You see lots of goals scored on pucks turned over by the red line, by the opposing team's blue line, because of that long change and not able to get off the ice. Also, ice conditions here, already seeing lots of snow all over the ice. Something to take note of.
Centering pass, misses everybody. Miller collects, brings it back for New Trier. His pass misses everybody. That's going to be icing. Just 45 seconds into the no, we got icing waved. A little bit of a blind spot down there in the near corner. Must not have gotten all the way down.
Max, I think it did. Maybe just a little miscommunication between the refs there.
Rabinowicz's shot. Haney gives up the rebound. Quickly swiped out of the zone by Cowan. Hannigan at the red line. Fires it in deep. Gives Miller a chance on the forecheck. Sipe collects. Baker has the puck skip over his stick. A huge hit from Sipe right at the blue line. New Trier wants a penalty. The coaching staff is screaming at the officiating right now, but that whistle is just an icing.
I didn't get a good look. Looked like that hit was on Will Cusick there. He's a little bit slow to get up.
Yeah, keep going, my bad.
New Trier bench was not happy about it. Happened right in front of them, looking for a call, but I've said it before, in games like these, officials let kids get away with a little bit more because of the atmosphere, because of the energy in the building.
And they know they don't want to be a factor in this game as much, where they're going to let both teams play a little bit more, be less of a factor.
Here's Savino. Hennigan below the goal line. Randall's going to pinch in along the near half wall to keep the rush going for the Trevians. Cadlick blows a tire, something going on with his skate. He's just scrambling to stay in the action. Eventually Holton carries it out to Fisher. It just skips off the netting and it's great for Loyola. I'm not sure if Cadlick was having an equipment problem. He couldn't seem to get on both skates.
Andrew commented on the ice conditions deteriorating, and I feel like that's a telltale sign right there. Guys can't stay on their feet, tripping over the ice a little bit. Has been a little bit humid recently. The ice gets a little choppy when that happens, so expect the puck to be bouncing here a lot in to finish off the second period.
From my experience, Heartland Ice Arena too has some, I describe it as very hard ice. You know, there's soft ice, the hard ice doesn't give, real hard to dig in. Puck bounces all the time on just the way Heartland Ice Arena is here. Just something about the ice just always felt so hard playing on.
Andrew, it's interesting that you say that, because as a goalie, I always felt that it was so hard to move on this ice because of that reason. So something to keep in mind for both teams as this second period goes on.
And that's why we're always excited to have a couple of ex-players on the broadcast, bring you those first-hand accounts. Of course, Andrew Rubin, stand out over at Glenbrook North a couple of years back. Wes Anderson a few years more back than that. Team Illinois, a little bit of mission action.
That was a little bit of a suitcase in the AAA hockey rinks in Chicago, 10, 12 years ago. So So we got Matt Bowden fixing the touchscreen for us in front of us, but not giving Andrew Rubin the knocks that he deserves. There we go. Always like to have some fun with the guys up here in the booth.
They do such a good job as Loftus to our left, Bowden to our right. We don't play favorites on the SHL network, but two of our favorites. Here's Furton. He shoots point blank. Haney kicks it to the corner. Now Cole Jobert's just going to drop it in deep. He had the game's first goal for Loyola. Tying it late in that first period. He throws a shoulder up. That's going to be the game's first penalty as Jobert will forearm shiver to the upper section of Jason. That's going to be the game's first power play coming up.
Not what you want to see out of Loyola. It seemed like the first time they had sustained zone time in the Trier offensive zone here, and Cole Jobert, pretty clearly an interference here. He tries to say that they were just running into each other, but he definitely gave a little bit of extra effort there to knock down the New Trier player. Right call for interference, and we're going to see the New Trier power play for the first time here.
Yeah, the second best power play in the SHL is going to go to work as we get the first look of their power play here in this game.
91.7%. That is a very, very good number for Loyola on the penalty kill thus far. I think we talked about it earlier. New Trier up there, number 2 power play in the league. Of course, no one can come anywhere near Glenbrook North's ridiculous 34% on the power play.
As Andrew Rubin nods his head yes, that's his former squad.
Great play by Kitchell Snow off the board. Sprawling to knock it away is Jacob Holton. Great play by Jacob Holton. Sprawling at the last moment to take the puck away and clear.
Yeah, something else to take note about this New Trier power play. Again, we've talked about Butler Chesson enough. We'll see if he can add to this already second power play in the SHL, just his factor being on it.
Snow drops to Douthit. Douthit outside the near circle, looking for some space. Hennigan waited for it. Instead, it came to Cusick up top. Jason, now Kitchell Snow in the high slot, has the puck taken off his stick. Ramblers aren't able to clear. Now Chesson above the far circle. Cusick keeps it in. Douthit top of the near circle, cross ice. Backdoor chance for Chesson. He couldn't get anything on the one-timer. Now Cowan trying to get him off the puck. Instead able to get it back. Quick play by Hennigan. He wasn't expecting the puck back. Off the pass from Snow.
Real tough shot there from Chesson, trying to one-timer on the opposite side, his forehand side. Real tough to finish the play there.
Below the goal line, Hennigan gives it right back. Now Cusick, he'll shoot. Hits the chest of a man in front. It was Holton. And then the puck able to be cleared by Sipe.
Yeah, guys, we see a little a great cross-ice pass there to find Butler Chesson wide open, and Andrew, you alluded to it. Just so hard to one-time that when you're on your offhand. Great opportunity and something to keep in mind if you're that Loyola defense.
Kadlick disrupts. That puck, I think, went through the legs of Haney, but harmlessly came out the other side.
Something all players joke about when it happens, when you shoot 5-hole on a goalie and it goes wide.
3 seconds left on the power play, and there comes Jobert out of the box, back to 5-on-5. 12:10 left here in the period. Cheris with the puck, can't get it any further than the high slot. Here's Charlie Bain, eventually chipped in by Baker. See Jobert hustling in on the forecheck for Loyola. Fisher wants it back at the point. Collision in the corner. Now centering pass, trying to get a shot off. Was Finnegan, but wasn't able to get anything on it. Fisher back to settle down. That's going to be a penalty against New Trier. That's going to be a trip. That's a good call. We saw the flying knee there by Trevian. Couldn't catch which one it's going to be, but a 2-minute power play coming for the Ramblers.
Yeah, Tyler Smith's going to come sit for 2, it looks like. Dangerous hit, extends that knee. You could tell he was just trying to stop the forward, didn't see him at the last minute, and he's going to sit for 2. And we talked about that Trevian power play being second in the SHL. This Rambler power play 6th in the SHL, clicking at an 18.8 percentage.
A final over in Northbrook, a huge win for the Glenbrook South Titans as they beat Glenbrook North for the second time this season, a 6-2 final up in Northbrook.
Something to take note of too, New Trier, really good at running that power kill. Scoring goals shorthanded, they are the best in the business at doing that.
They usually designate one guy that's kind of always has their eye on breaking out of the zone. That's played by a high stick, so Furton's able to carry it out. Here's Furton trying to cross over Sipe. Now the puck just waiting for somebody at the near circle. Cusick with it, eventually cleared out. Rough start to the power play here for Loyola, a little bit disjointed. Finally, Cowan settled things down. Trailer Fisher has the puck skip over his stick. Charlie Bain on the near half wall. Trying to get the puck out of there. Here's Cowan. Backdoor Fisher. He couldn't get anything on it. He had a wide open net. Would have been a goal if he could put it on the net.
Great pickup, Max. And then Ryan Cowan, surprisingly, I guess they moved him down low on the power play. Normally the guy heading the point. We see why as he works that puck under right over to Fisher without a wide open net, just unable to connect.
Just so skilled at creating. 53 seconds left in the power play. Cusick all by himself, trying to waste some time, doing a great job of it. Nearly drew a penalty.
Guys, surprised Haiti didn't come out and play that up. He had a forward here on the near the blue line to keep play that up and just really eliminate that opportunity for New Trier.
10:15 left here in the period. 35 on the power play for Loyola. And they had one chance where Cowan had the puck below the goal line, but mostly disjointed so far in the man advantage for the Ramblers. Klein drops it. Eventually Baker along the right wing, able to get the puck in. He'll drop it to Messina. Messina and Baker working below the goal. Now Joe Bear hustling it to the corner to try to win it back. And easily cleared. 6 seconds, that will pretty much do it on the power play for the Ramblers, so neither side able to take advantage of their penalties so far.
Yeah, and you saw at the beginning of the period, and during their penalty kill, Loyola's bench was all fired up. It's almost like that power play almost deflated them, and that's really ignited this New Trier team. See how that plays out here.
Fitzsimmons steps in front of that, pass in the neutral zone. Trying to play it along, eventually comes free to Douthit. There's Douthit with some space. Steal, a shot, right pad save, following it up Snow. Couldn't get anything on the shot. Messina tried to touch pass but wasn't able to clear the zone. Here's Klein, and he's able to get the puck out. Couple of checks along the near boards, eventually falls to Waltman here in the neutral zone, trying to build up some speed, has Finnegan with him. Shot from Waltman, fought off by the blocker of Schmidt. Jason in the neutral zone, fires it off the boards and down. He'll go for a change. 5 fresh bodies on the ice for New Trier. Douthit now in the corner. Cheris is calling for it in the high slot. Douthit couldn't get it to him. Still bouncing around. Eventually falls to the stick of Alex Cheris. Cowan gets in the way of that toe drag attempt by Cheris. He'll lead the rush for the Ramblers. He'll fire it in on Schmidt. Deflected harmlessly to the corner. Now fresh off a change. Smith tried a stretch pass. Missed everybody. Apparently caught up to it before the red line, so no icing. Some space. Ryan Cowan falls to Joe Bear. His shot, left pad save by Schmidt.
See the creativity there from Cowan and the patience. Goes all the way across and then just leaves it back for his player for an easy one-timer. Great save by Wyatt Schmidt.
That's why they like him up there. They know how good he is defensively. Andrew, I believe you talked about him running the point, but he's so skilled that they want to take advantage of that offensive prowess as well.
Yeah, if you're Loyola, you just want to have him on the ice as much as possible. He's not only so good defensively, we mentioned the offensive ability that he has too. Just the total complete player that you need in order to win games.
Yeah, guys, great push here by the Ramblers in the last couple minutes, getting a lot of shots on Schmidt down to our left.
Stretch pass gets deflected all the way in. Fisher back to get it for Loyola. He takes a big hip check from Nolan. Now Miller, even with the goal line. Miller trying to get past Kadlik. Nolan was lining up a check. Fisher avoided it, but went off the netting, so we're going to get an offensive zone draw coming for New Trier with 7:02 left in the first.
Yeah, we've seen both teams at times get real physical on the forecheck, and for both teams, that's really when they've had their success. Beginning of the game, New Trier was really the aggressors. Second half of that first period, we saw Loyola pick up in the physical play. Seems like whoever's willing to, bring that fight a little bit more to the other team is going to have more success in this game.
Here's Cusick's shot, sprawling, another block is Holton. He's done that a bunch, and for DJ Long, he had a bit of a break. He just threw the puck too far in front of him, and that's an icing.
Max, you took the words right out of my mouth. Another block shot for this Rambler squad. Really bearing down and doing the little things, helping out their goalie. That shot total got up pretty high there in the first part of that first period. And ever since, they've been able to calm down, and this Ramblers defense has been able to stick with this New Trier offense.
And Max, you brought up DJ Long had that break. I think that's just a factor of the pressure that New Trier has had on these Loyola players. They just always feel like somebody's on them. They're going to have to get rid of the puck.
Oh, he definitely had some space and was building up speed. Might have even led to a 2-on-1 if he was a little bit patient, but ended up being an icing. Here's Nolan. He's got Miller coming up the slot. Here's a shot from Miller, kicked aside by Haney.
Real crafty play there from Miller to get that puck to his forehand, get the shot off.
Yeah, a little move left, shoot right. Great save by Haney.
And chipped out comes to St. John. St. John protecting the puck with his body. Eventually Miller's going to carry it out for the Trevians. Here's Henry Miller. He's going to drag to his backhand shot, and Haney cleans it up. Saw Miller trying to make a pretty nifty move there, but Haney the ultimate backstop.
Real crafty move there again from Miller. Would like to see him with Haney sliding at him, have a little bit more patience. With that shot right there at the end, you'll see it right here. There's no put room he has with Haney sliding that far out of his net. I look to pass that off as pads or hold on to the puck. You're going to have to do something other than that.
Andrew, I was thinking about holding on the puck, trying to wrap around on the far side if you can see the goalies down that early.
It's a great idea. Something that you don't see too much is just the patience to be able to pass up a good shot for possibly a great shot.
Aggressive move by Schmidt as Waltman was barreling in on him, but ends up being a good play. McAdams along the far wall trying to play it forward. Finger coming to help. Big hit as Jack Levy came forward. Waltman and McAdams come together, so starting to see some hitting pick up here in the latter stages of the second period.
Something that we saw in the first period as well. These teams started to see that intermission creep ever closer, and they just start laying the body on each other.
Good move by Bain as he's able to put the puck through the legs of a New Trier defenseman. Savino battling him the entire way. Now Baker behind the goal. Bain comes out with it. Baker just trying to chip it towards the front of the net, not able to get it all the way there as Furton chips it off the boards and out. That misses everybody. That's going to be icing against New Trier. An offensive zone draw coming for Loyola here with 4:53 left in the second. Chicago Blackhawks High School Rivalry Series continues all winter long, featuring some of the fiercest matchups in Illinois high school hockey. Don't miss out on any of the action. To see game dates, times, and details, head over to blackhawks.com/youthhockey. And of course, come right back here tomorrow night. Big matchup. New Trier Loyola Part 2, but it'll be the girls' chance.
Talk about fierce rivalries. I think every game's been standing room only, and it's been an incredible atmosphere in all three of these games.
That's what high school hockey is all about. Play for your school, play in front of your friends and family. Go win a state championship. Here's a shot from Baker that just misses the crossbar. Snow to Chesson. Chesson trying to pause to create some space. Deflection into the Loyola bench. It's going to be a neutral zone draw to come.
Max, you brought up trying to play for your school, play for a state championship, just also getting to play with your friends from when you're, 4, 5, 6 years old, starting playing hockey, playing with those guys all the way through. It's some of the best moments you can have in your entire life is playing high school hockey here in Illinois.
4:35 left here in the second period, and all of a sudden, these two sides come into a bit of a draw at the moment. Hits back and forth, shots back and forth, chances back and forth, but we're still tied 1-1.
Makings of a great game. Both teams scoring in that first period. A little bit of a stalemate here in the second. I'm excited to see what this third period is going to bring us, guys.
Even the rest of this second period, I think there can be lots of action. Any point in time, just feels like somebody's just waiting to burst out in this game.
Trying to press the puck forward is Messina. Not able to get a clean look at it. Cadlick waiting at the point. He eventually gets it. Shot from Cadlick, deflected in front, puck in the slot. Shoots, he scores! Liam Finnegan buries the rebound. It's 2-1 Loyola.
Talk about knowing where the goals are. We see Liam Finnegan just hanging out right in front of the net, gets that rebound from the point shot, drags it in, buries it top right corner. No chance for Wyatt Schmidt. Didn't even see where the rebound was. And 2-1 Loyola.
Guys, and we talked about it earlier, the success that Loyola was able to find was from those point shots getting through. We see that one gets blocked, but able to pick up the loose change and give the Ramblers that 2-1 lead here.
Yeah, big assist to Cadlick getting that shot through, but Jacob Holton will not get an assist on that play, but that goal does not happen without him screening Wyatt Schmidt in front.
Look at Liam Finnegan just get mobbed as he makes his way back to the bench. His 5th goal on the SHL season, none bigger thus far this year. So how will New Trier respond? We mentioned it earlier. Have not lost a game in the SHL in regulation. They've lost 2 in overtime. But right now they find themselves down 2-1. That hasn't happened very much this season either. Here's Smith with a shot. Haney fights it off. Savino now the follow at the point. He drags to his backhand, doing a lot of skating. Turns, shoots. That one just missed the top right shelf.
Huge comeback shift from New Trier here.
The response ongoing as Cheris tries to get it to Randall, but it handcuffs him at the blue line. So Cadlick gets the lone assist. Now a chance just in front of the net for Hennigan. He couldn't get it to go.
Loyola had some problems changing there. That's what led to that odd man rush for New Trier.
Waltman plays around Jason. Hennigan now the near half boards. Able to take a hit to make a play and get the puck out. Here's Tyler Smith. He loses it. Steele fires it off the boards. Gets a fortunate bounce. Here comes Fitzsimmons. His shot. I believe Schmidt just got a piece of it with his glove and steered it aside.
We'd like to see Fitzsimmons there maybe have that shot 6 inches lower, look to pass to the man he had coming right down the slot. Would have been possibly making a 2-goal lead for Loyola.
Levy behind the goal, pins the man, spins it around the boards, gets it to Will Steele. Jason tied up. Levy poking at him, trying to pry it free. Eventually comes loose to Nolan. 2-on-2, they come up the ice. Here's Miller. Miller, high slot, shoots. Good save by Haney. A little bit of commotion after the play as Will Steele buries him into the ice.
Physicality really starting to pick up, but we're also seeing a little bit more of a spark here from New Trier since that second goal scores. We're going to get another look. Yeah, you see there if that shot's just 6 inches lower off the pad of Schmidt.
Waltman waiting for it back door. Yep, absolutely.
Would have been a golden chance.
Don't think he saw that 2-on-1 develop late. Like to see him maybe pass that puck over, like you said earlier, ahead of a wide open net and make this a 2-goal game.
Also can be very hard to hear in here. You mentioned just how loud it is. We got the decibel meter. Almost impossible to hear your teammates on the ice.
Always easier said than done from the broadcast booth, right, guys?
Yes, sir.
Especially when it's Andrew Rubin and Wes Anderson. Here's Baker in the corner. Trying to get it to the opposite point, but Fisher was just coming onto the ice. 1:52 to go here in the second period. Loyola gets the lone goal so far in this frame to take the lead. Cadlick has some troubles. It hits a snow patch right in front of the New Trier bench. Baker does a nice job of disrupting the play forward from the Trevians. Here's Finger. They've got some numbers here as Loyola's in a change. Fisher does a nice job of steering it to the corner. Hasn't shown up on the score sheet yet, guys, but the game Aiden Fisher's playing defensively right now. Really impressive with the speed and skill of New Trier. He's been out there a ton. He's really locked things down for the Ramblers.
Yes, and him and Ryan Cowan being out on separate shifts too, always having a top-of-the-line defenseman that they have confidence to be able to shut down this New Trier team.
1 minute remaining in the period. Finnegan continues to put pressure below the goal. Able to break out. We're going to get another penalty. It's behind the play. I believe it's going to go against... Well, frankly, guys, I did not see it. It was something behind the play.
It looks like it's going to be on Alex Furton. It looked like definite high stick right in front of the official behind the play. Caught the Loyola player right across the helmet face mask area. Not much you can really argue about if you're Furton.
Something that you know, head coach Adam Cheris is not going to be happy about. That puck was about 100 feet going the other way in the offensive zone, and you take a bad penalty behind the play.
We've reached a huge moment in this game with 52.4 seconds remaining in the second period. A 2-minute power play coming. Can Loyola take advantage? They're not able to on this opening draw as that's cleared by Savino.
Miscommunication there off the draw on Loyola, but with the conditions of the ice and the success they've had from the point shots, you think Loyola's just going to try to get guys to the front of the net and get pucks on Schmidt with all sorts of traffic and look for a rebound.
Yeah, get a greasy goal, especially with all that snow built up in that slot. It's not going to be easy, but a lot of net front traffic from the Ramblers.
30 seconds to go here in the period. Don't go anywhere during intermission. We'll have to shoot the puck, of course. You watch Blackhawks games, you're used to that at the United Center. They brought that here for the Rivalry Series for a chance to win some tickets down on the ice. So we'll have that for you in about 12 seconds. Here's Joe Bear. One last chance on the power play. He's got some space. Shoots, but a good back check by Chesson. Now Chesson in a foot race with 1 second to go. Can he get a shot off? He can. Haney able to keep it out, scrambling at the last moment. But that will do it for 2 periods. 2-1 our score as Loyola leads. Gentlemen, thoughts?
Real good from Loyola response after those first 7 minutes were all New Trier. But again, this third period is going to be the matter of who's tougher, who's going to play a little bit more physical, who's going to do what it takes to win this game.
Guys, we were surprised by those comments by Cohen saying they can outskate this Trevian's team. And to his credit, they were able to do that in the second period, got that lone goal in the second period. I said it before, I'm excited for this third. New Trier only trailed once going into the third period. In the SHL, they were able to win that game. I expect them to have a big push here in the third.
So great pickup, Colin, making those comments already. Loyola backing it up.
So we're going to step aside. We've got Shoot the Puck coming up down on the ice. Don't go anywhere. We'll have third period action in just a couple of minutes right here on your home for SHL hockey and the High School Rivalry Series, YouTube Live. Welcome back live. Third period action here at Heartland Ice Arena for this classic rivalry matchup between New Trier and Loyola. 2-1 score. Loyola leading, looking for the upset, trying to give New Trier their first regulation loss here in the SHL. Wes Anderson, Andrew Rubin, Max Anderson, Jenna Rose down on the bench. And for more on New Trier's approach to try to come back here in the third period, we'll send it down to Jenna, standing by with Adam Cheris.
Thanks, guys. Well, Coach, you have one of the best two lines in the state here. You have a tremendous checking line, and your captains are back. The recipe is here for success. What will get you on top to close out this third period?
Yeah, well, Loyola's doing a great job. They're pressing really hard. They're sending 3 guys in every time, putting a lot of pressure on our D. Unfortunately, we keep turning it over. So we talked about that in between, about getting back defensively, helping out more, not leaving the zone. Try to give a little more support down low. But most importantly, do what we do best. Don't play their game. We're playing their style. That's not our style. They can grind. Our team, when we're creative, is the best. That's when we play our best hockey. So hopefully we'll see some of that creativity in the third.
This certainly will be a thrilling period. Thank you, Coach.
You're welcome.
And one of the things Adam Cheris talked about, if we're going to grade who's executed the game plan better so far, I give Loyola the edge. They talked about the forecheck. They were committed to the forecheck. They were going to do it hard all game. That's what Adam Cheris has talked about. They've been on this New Trier team.
Yeah, we saw that that started really in the latter half of that first period, carried over into the second. You heard Adam Cheris said, we're playing their game, not our game, something that they definitely want to get back to in the third.
So we're going to flip it over to the other bench, where Jenna's now with Scott Sorello, who's looking to hold on to this third period lead and beat his biggest rival. Jenna.
All right, Coach, heading into this one, the coaching staff told us that you have to match the intensity of New Trier. Not only has that been done, but now you guys are up 2-1 entering the third. What are you liking so far from this team?
I like the way we responded. We obviously had a slow start, dealt with some adversity, didn't like the first goal, and we came back and got that first goal. And as soon as once we scored, obviously we started taking it to them, so it's all about keep doing that in this period.
Again, this will be a very thrilling period. Thank you for your time, Coach.
Yeah, thank you.
Scott Sorello touching on, we didn't talk too much about that first goal that New Trier scored. We saw several replays of it. It looked like the Loyola defenseman pushed Chesson into his goaltender. A little bit of a gray area. Ultimately, it comes up to be a goal for New Trier. But if you're Loyola, you almost feel like you're shutting them out, that maybe that goal should have even counted.
Yeah, and that goal happened in the first 1-2 minutes of the game. After that first 2 minutes, you can say Loyola being up 2-0 the rest of the way and really dominating most of the play as well. That's something Loyola can really build off of. One thing Coach Scott Sorello talked about was dealing with adversity. This Loyola team has gone through tons of adversity, late game heartbreaks. They are prepared for moments like this already in the season.
Big moment as we start this third period. The first minute and 8 seconds of the third. It's going to be played on the power play for Loyola. They're in lead 2-1. They can find another goal, get a 2-goal margin. They can start to feel really good about coming in here and upsetting this top-ranked New Trier team.
Yeah, Max, 7-0-3 when leading after 2 is this Ramblers team, so they definitely have that third goal on their mind here with a minute of power play time to start the period.
So we're underway here in the third period, live from Heartland Ice Arena in Lincolnwood for the high school rivalry series presented by the Chicago Blackhawks. Big thank you to them for a great sponsorship of this event. Here's Sipe, near circle, Fisher, cross ice, tried to get it all the way across to Bain, but it skips up into the netting. An offensive zone draw for Loyola coming up.
We've talked about the difficulties of running the power play with bad ice. Also very difficult to run a power play coming out of intermission. Power play is something that's really good with flow when you're feeling together. Really hard to have that in the first minute, 45 seconds of a period.
Another thing, guys, is with these teams, they're used to probably a, call it 8 to 10 minute break with the shoot the puck, a little bit extra there. It was close to a 15 or 20 minute break, throwing these teams out of the rhythm a little bit. Andrew, you hit the nail on the head there. You want to have your legs, you want to have a lot of flow going, snap the puck around, and coming off that intermission, you're not able to do that. So the intensity of that power play in the first part of the period, it usually isn't as high as it is later in the game.
We've seen Loyola really struggle to get the puck in the zone on this power play here and throughout the game.
Turned over, Bain nearly had a chance on the high slot. Wasn't able to play it on. Now Cusick shorthanded. Fisher scrambling to try to cut off the angle. Does a great job. Aiden Fisher settling things down. 8 seconds left on this power play for Loyola. Cowan enters the zone. He's checked by Cusick. Cusick able to clear. That will do it for the power play. Back to full strength are the Trevians. Fisher passes it to himself off the boards, gets it just across center ice. Dumps it down for DJ Long to do some work on the forecheck. Eventually Smith able to corral, knocked down by Baker. Great hand-eye coordination by 88 in yellow, or gold, excuse me. Sorry, Loyola faithful, don't kill me, it's gold, I know. Here's Smith, he chips it out. Now Matt Klein back to settle for Loyola. Good pass off the boards. Baker immediately dumps it deep. Blows a bit of a tire going into the far wall. Long still trying to dig it out of the corner. Baker with a big hit. Jobert coming over to support, but Smith's able to chip it out. Linesman sets a bit of a pick. This is a break for New Trier. Charis and Smith. Charis holds. He's checked. Great effort by Will Steele getting back there, tying up the stick.
Real good effort there defensively, possibly goal saving. Also, that hit we saw really stung Rabinowitz. He went to the bench a little slow there.
Here's Doutha just outside the blue line. Can't play it forward. Comes back to Randall. Here's Kitchell Snow. He has the puck taken away by Finnegan. Holton trying to fire it deep. Instead settles on the stick of Randall. To Snow up the middle of the ice. Snow with some speed. Holton pestering him the entire way. That shot deflected. 3 bodies sprawling all over the crease. Looks like the goal came off its post with 14-15 left in the third.
Guys, we've seen already the forecheck of the Ramblers really getting after it, making things difficult for the Trevians in their defensive zone, but they're able to respond right back. We see on these replays a few times his bodies coming in, crashing hard on Haney, making his life difficult here in the third period.
Max, you allude to that play from Will Steele. We saw it there twice. That's just not giving up. A lot of players in that situation saw that 2-on-1 break. They can coast it back. Will Steele did not give up. He gave every ounce of effort, and that's why he prevented a possible goal for his team.
And if you're Scott Serralo, that's exactly what you're talking about as far as playing with intensity every shift of the game. That's Will Steele living those words out of his head coach.
It's a winning mindset right there, taking the attention to detail.
Here's Chesson, a little bit of trouble his own blue line. Waltman trying to force a turnover, just squeaks out of the New Trier defensive zone. Cowan just tosses it deep. 13:45 left here in the third period. That deflection will bring a face-off draw into the neutral zone.
Guys, we heard Adam Charis, talk about that. Loyola was forcing the Trevians to play their game as opposed to Trevians forcing the Ramblers to play their game. We see it already, how intense and how gritty this Ramblers offense has been in their offensive zone, making life very difficult for the Trevians to move the puck and break out of their own zone.
There's Long in the corner. Centering pass, but nobody home for the Ramblers. Jason able to get the puck there. Now wrapping attempt, Holton. Goes off the skate of Shenton. Kadlik opts not to pinch. Similar decision we saw Ryan Cowan take early in the first period. Baker and Holton battling here on the forecheck, trying to get something started. Finnegan forces a turnover. Here's Finnegan's shot. Hits the leg of Jason, deflects into the corner. Pops out to Nolan. Fisher using his chest to keep that puck in. Chips it along to Finnegan. He can't get it any further than that. No, Finnegan still battling. Little effort by Liam Finnegan on this shift. That's going to go all the way down ice, but I believe it was deflected, so no icing. Kadlik in the corner, trying to get it up to Messina, but Shenton steps in the way to keep the flow alive for just a moment. Now Messina with some space in the slot. He shoots. Schmidt's able to keep it out. He'll drop his glove on it and take the whistle.
Huge to allow no rebound there, but I want to go back to the story of this game. At the beginning, I was talking about how good the New Trier breakout and regroup has been. The adjustments by Loyola have really shut that down. We have not seen New Trier have really any clean breakouts, any clean regroups, not a whole lot of open space for their forwards in this game.
Great adjustment by Coach Scott Serralo, really clogging up that middle of the ice, not allowing any cross-ice passes, which really hurts that Trevian. I really like to use speed and speed through the neutral zone, and clogging up the middle of the ice what prevents that.
There's a shot from Charlie Bain that went across the crease, but not on net. Finger trying to play the other way. Yeah, so far through about 5 minutes of this third period, it's really been all Loyola, all our attention down here to our right. Not a ton of high scoring chances, but we've barely looked to our left, and Braden Haney was just hanging out in net at the moment.
Loyola has absolutely answered the bell about how they're going to neutralize the speed and the way that this New Trier team plays.
Yeah, guys, sometimes the best defense is offense, and if you're able to keep that puck in the offensive zone, really pin that team back in their defensive zone, not allow them to break out. It was really tough to generate any type of offense.
We said at the beginning, teams feel that this New Trier team is most vulnerable in their own zone. It's when you allow them to have all their time and space and play with their speed through the neutral and offensive zone. That's when they're deadly. They feel that they're weak in their own zone.
Here's Cusick off the draw. His shot hits Smith on its way to net. Never got all the way to Haney. Waltman breaks out for the Ramblers. Fitzsimmons tried to carry it into the zone, but Cheris stopped it at the blue line. Now Sipe to collect in his own zone. He'll whip it off the boards. Fitzsimmons tries to play it forward. Rabinowitz stops it there. Good to see him back on the ice. Saw him take the big hit a couple of minutes ago that West talked about, but he's right back out there, doesn't miss a shift.
Game like this, you just want to be out there as a player at all costs.
Rabinowitz pressing way up from his defensive spot, trying to create some action. Now Smith in the corner. He's tied up by Levy. Eventually Sipe comes out with it. He misses his intended target, falls to Cusick. Cross ice. Smith had a moment there where he could have taken a shot, couldn't quite handle it. Now Hennigan in the corner. He's checked off the puck by Ryan Cowan. Sipe still battling side of the net. Shot from Cheris. Saved by Braden Haney. Another shot towards net. Levy knocks that down with his glove. Whips it off the boards. Not able to get it out. Randall keeps it in. Eventually Fitzsimmons forces it. Now we're going to get a penalty. We're going to get a penalty. A hooking against New Trier. And the New Trier faithful do not like it. Hennigan barking at the referee as well on his way to the box. He slams the door shut. We'll get another look at it.
That may have been a dive there. Really might have been a dive from the Loyola player. Really just kind of falls on the stick there. Real tough call against New Trier, in my opinion.
Yeah, you hit it on the head there. It's always tough to call it a hook when you see the player fall with the guy's stick in his armpit. So not sure.
So with 10:35 left in the third period, and Loyola go ahead by 2. Fisher with a nice spin move to create some space. Baker can't control the puck. Knocked down smoothly by Bain. Now we got a sharp angle. Cowan cross ice deflects behind the net. Baker was waiting on the back door. Cowan couldn't get it to him. Puck pops out. Now Butler Chesson leading the PK unit here for New Trier. Gotta love that, Andrew. Arguably one of the most talented players in the state, leading your PK1 too.
Both him and Ryan Cowan just so similar, doing all the special things, but also all of the little things that helps your team win.
Sipe gets to Fisher, who fires it deep. Will Steele doing his best receiver impersonation, catching that puck at the blue line, keeps it in for a moment, but Chesson's able to fire that down the ice. Now settled by Haney. Will Steele with 59 seconds left on the power play. Here's Klein. Klein off the far boards, leaves it for Messina. Klein gets it in the high slot, shoots, just misses the net. He had a lot of space, wasn't able to put it on the target. Now Douthit shorthanded. Here's Douthit, drags between his legs, tries to go around Klein. Klein knocks him down. Goal off its post. Guys, we saw Butler Chesson there. First minute of that PK, we talked about how impressive it is. I know Jenna Rose has more on the Butler Chesson story down from ice level.
Yeah, pretty funny when you talk about Butler Chesson, head coach Adam Cheris. It was taking him aback when Butler told him that he wanted to join the Naval Academy. He's already had his endorsement. Coach helped him with his recruitment letters, and he had the opportunity to skate with the Navy team 2 weeks ago, taking a part in practice there. So wishing Butler all the best in his career and his upcoming journey.
That's a really good story. Of course, I've gotten the chance to talk to Butler Chesson off the ice several times. He's an outstanding young man. Headed to the Naval Academy. Really proud, I'd say, on behalf of the SHL network. Really, really cool for the league.
Yeah, just not enough can be said about a situation like that. Just so much respect for Butler Chesson, not only in the hockey world, but him as a person as well.
Just goes to show you what the kind of leaders that this Trevians team has, and a guy like number 8 having the C on his jersey and doing something like that outside of hockey as well just shows you what a great person he is.
An offensive zone draw here on the penalty kill for Landon Douthit. He wins it and keeps the puck here for a couple of seconds. Eventually taken away with 21 left on the power play, Matt Klein. Klein drops it deep. Fitzsimmons trying to track it down. Falls to the stick of Messina. Now chipped forward by Klein.
Real interesting from Loyola. We saw it the first part.
Sharp angle from Fitzsimmons. Messina trying to stuff it home.
They really tried to work that backdoor play down low. This last power play, they've tried to work the high slot. We saw some good chances for Loyola there.
The last two whistles, guys, is really starting to get chippy. We saw the collision with Haney down to our left. A little bit of commotion right in front of Schmidt. You can feel the intensity of this game picking up.
Max, something you expect, bitter rivals in New Trier and Loyola, not just in hockey, football, basketball, you name it. And as this thing starts to get down to the wire, it's going to get chippy. That physicality is going to rise up. We've seen that both times in the first and second period. Towards the end of both those periods, the physicality really started getting going. So something that I'd expect to see going forward.
Yeah, these two schools just do not like each other in any sort of situation. New Trier and Loyola always going to be a huge rivalry, always going to attract lots of fans, lots of pride going on between these two schools.
Matt St. John fires the puck deep. Liam Finnegan, the go-ahead goal scorer for the Ramblers, tried to track it down in the offensive zone, not able to. Here's Nolan in transition. Herstrick can't handle the puck and easily cleared off the boards by Fisher. Finnegan gets it on to St. John. Cusick with kind of an awkward hit. St. John's able to recover. Still battling, eventually steered off the puck by Randall, and Cusick will start the rush for the Trevians. Nolan able to collect. He turns, tries to get it in front. Good block shot there by Kadlik, not to let it through. Chesson turns, fires. Herstritt lets it go between his legs. Looked like he might have even tried to do a little bit of a deflection, create his own screen.
A little bit of a flyby there, too. That's tough on the goalie when you see the puck coming in and that fork comes right in front of your line of vision.
Kadlik turns the puck over. Trailing the play comes Furton. Now Fisher. Whips it off the boards, goes all the way down ice for an icing. 7:23 remaining in the third period. Chicago Blackhawks and Fifth Third Arena have arranged a special visit by Santa before he begins his big journey around the world. See details and register for Fifth Third Arena's annual Santa Skate. Visit fiffthirdarena.com. We restart play. Here comes Garvin St. John in transition. He's looking for some space. He's got Waltman waiting for it in the slot. Instead, drops it down below to the corner. Puck pops out, and Sipe there ready and waiting. It's Jason to finger, but St. John waiting for it at the blue line. That misses everybody. Looks like that will be an icing at will with 6:45 remaining in the third.
Again, we've alluded to enough. The physicality really starting to pick up in this play. We're seeing a few late hits. Just any sort of time two players are coming together, any little extra shove to be given, really picking up here in this game.
Yeah, as you'd expect, the chippiness is just going to go to a completely different level here with 6 minutes, 45 seconds left in this third period.
Face-off draw to come to the left of Schmidt. Now we'll get a violation. Jobert and Hennigan have to reset. Hennigan wins it cleanly to Cusick. He'll just chip it out of the zone onto the stick of Will Steele. Comes all the way to Haney. He'll drop his glove on it. And now New Trier will get an offensive zone draw.
New Trier notoriously known years past for having some real nice set plays coming off of face-offs. We'll see if they have one here, looking to tie the game. You can see if possibly player going forward, trying to slip the center, any sort of set misdirection, looking always have to be expected here by New Trier.
So Baker and Hennigan get the chance on this draw. Smith able to get it off the draw. Rabinowitz drops it along the far wall. Hennigan trying to dig it out from Kadlik and Baker. Eventually falls to Smith. Fisher and Kadlik. Fisher will just toss this out of play. So that'll be an offensive zone draw coming. Of course, you watch a lot of NHL hockey, that would be a penalty, a delay of game, not at the high school level. Simply just another face-off.
Yeah, another chance for New Trier to have an offensive zone face-off. Andrew, you alluded to it. All the set plays you can run off of here. You see the Chairs, number 55 in greens, talking to his forwards, trying to maybe possibly set something up here.
Hennigan and Levy this time. Levy wins this exchange. Sipe with some space. Will toss it off the boards. He misses his intended target in Waltman. Now Cowan settles it with 6 minutes to go in the third period. Rabinowitz steps up on a big hit on Fitzsimmons. Smith in the corner. He avoids a hit. Trier wants a penalty as Fitzsimmons got a little grabby. No call. That's going to be a penalty against New Trier. Oh, excuse me. That's going to, yes, that will be against New Trier. It's going to go against Tyler Smith. Kitchell Snow.
I think he's going to go for a trip there. You can see he's pretty up, or actually boarding. Looked like it was roughing. Looked like it could have been a trip, but big opportunity for Loyola Gold here to almost ice the game. Would be up 2.
Wes, I agree with you. I'm not going to give you any stuff there for getting it wrong, because I think that absolutely was a trip.
So my eyes aren't deceiving me then.
Regardless, you look at the speed of Landon Douthit, shorthanded. Douthit trying to get a shot off. He can't backhand it across the crease. Couldn't get it to go. Chesson hit Haney on the flyby. Haney trying to get his bearings back a little bit. Look at the speed of Landon Douthit.
Just great skating ability. Blew right past the Loyola defenseman there. Almost no chance. Was just gone in a blink of an eye for a breakaway there. Great save by Haney.
Sipe settles it. Gets it below the goal. That's where Cowan was waiting, below that goal line. Bain fakes, gets to Fisher here in the corner. Back around to Cowan. Back up to the point and Sipe. Takes a weird bounce off the board to the advantage of New Trier and cleared with 1:10 left here on the power play, 4:55 in the game.
Huge break for New Trier there. Savino lost his stick in the corner. When the puck went to the other side, he went to go grab it. Loyola had 2 guys, or maybe 1 in front of the net, wide open. They did not get the puck there, however. Huge break for New Trier to avoid a goal there.
Sipe gets it past the blue line. Baker was giving it chase, but that will be cleared. 48 to go on the man advantage for Loyola.
Guys, going back to that Douthit opportunity, Andrew, you talked about the power kill that this New Trier Trevians has, and they're so aggressive on this penalty kill. There's no time and space for this Ramblers offense.
Weaving through the defense is Klein. Messina trying to find the puck, once again cleared.
Loyola just not able to get this puck moving on their power play like how they want to. We're seeing lots of skating, lots of stick handling, but they're not able to snap that puck around how they normally are in their type of power play.
Steele chips it off the glass, trying to find some possession as Messina comes right back to Steele. Skates to the middle, turns, shoots, deflects, backdoor Baker, big save from Schmidt. Follow-up chance, another save. Klein lines up, he scores! Matt Klein off the rebound, buries it with 3:47 to go. It's 3-1 Loyola.
Not sure if this puck got deflected or if it just came off the stick weird of Matt Klein, but it almost looked like it went up and over the shoulder of Wyatt Schmidt in net.
Hard to tell. I thought in real time I saw what you saw, where it didn't look like it hit full speed into the goal. It looked like it deflected off something. A power play goal for Loyola. They take a 2-goal lead. We'll await the official scoring to see if maybe it hit a rambler on the way to net.
Yeah, but what a great opportunity for Loyola there. They really didn't have anything going for the majority of that power play, and then the last 10 to 15 seconds, really 3 or 4 shots in on Schmidt, forcing him to make some great saves. Just before that puck went in, he made a great left pad save to keep the puck out, but just relentless this Ramblers offense are to get that 3rd goal.
So back to 5-on-5 with 3:40 to go. So it will be Matt Klein. Didn't hit a rambler on its way to net. Messina gets the lone assist. Here's Smith. Can New Trier find 2 goals in this final 3:30? We'll keep an eye on the New Trier net. See when Wyatt Schmidt gets taken off. You can see Holton and Cusick coming together. Balls to Kadlick, who doesn't take a gamble, will just fire it in deep. That's going to be the mentality here for the last 3 minutes for Loyola.
Loyola's really going to try to take the excitement out of this game for these last 3 minutes here.
Here's Cusick, chips it around one man, but again, Aiden Fisher waiting for him, checks him, takes the puck away. Loyola wants a penalty, tripping in the corner, not going to get. They're going to get the second one on Hennigan. A huge penalty against Hennigan with 2:48 to go in the game. And guys, that will come pretty close to sealing this one, as New Trier is going to spend two of the last 2:48 down a man.
That's a penalty you cannot take. About 150 feet from your own net. Really no advantage coming from hitting the guy there from behind, just kind of running in. Just looking to hit someone. The closest thing you see, the player doesn't even have the puck. That's just what you can have from New Trier in a moment like this.
Yeah, they're going to have to come up with a huge kill, and even at that, they're going to have 48 seconds left. And you talked about, again, I'll reiterate a term I haven't heard before, that power kill. They're going to be super aggressive. Possibly they're able to get that puck with any kind of sustained pressure in the offensive zone. Look to see Wyatt Schmidt come out of the net.
We saw the chance Loyola gave them right off the face-off here. If you're Loyola, you cannot move the puck to the point unless you're 100% of it. New Trier is going to be pressuring you like crazy. You have to keep the puck under the goal line.
You saw Landon Douthit waiting for it there, just waiting to chip it off the boards and set up a shorthanded chance for himself. Here's Bain below the goal line. Gets it to Cowan the other side. Cowan chips it. Sipe. It's going to be offsides if played by Jack Levy. Now New Trier wants an intentional offsides.
Looks
they
like
might
they're
get
gonna
it. Do you pull the goalie here, Wes?
I think if you...
Looks like there he is. He's going to the bench.
Yeah, as I said, I think you might have to. This is the best you're going to get to an offense or any type of pressure in the offensive zone. You even it up, and this could be the game here.
New Trier needs one more here, but huge benefit for New Trier now, though. Anytime the puck gets cleared to their own end, they can instantly ice it. Despite being 5-on-5, it's still considered a penalty kill. They can just ice the puck all the way down and get back in on their forecheck.
So empty net to our right, 5-on-5. Chesson in the slot, backdoor chance. Just skipped over the stick of Douthit. Almost had that first chance. Jason gets back for New Trier to prevent the empty net goal. Now Levy with pressure. Jason chips it in. Minute 08 left on that Loyola power play. Firing it down ice. I think it deflected. Yeah, it absolutely did. The linesman says no icing. That's a good call. Adam Charis doesn't like it. That was a great pickup by the linesman. Bain trying to force a turnover. Here's Smith. He'll fire it towards Haney. Kicks it into the corner. 50 seconds to go on the power play for Loyola. Cusick waiting for it at the point. He bluffs a shot. Gets turned around by Baker. Loses the puck. And cleared. Final minute 20 left. Chesson trying to create something in his first game back in over a month. Kadlick in the corner. He's able to chip it out cleanly. Savino back to get it for the Trevians. Here's Charis. 1 minute to go here in the third period. Charis trying to pry it to middle of the ice. Here's an empty net goal for the Ramblers. Cole Jobert gets the sealing goal. 52 seconds to go. And the Ramblers are going to pull the upset on the Trevians.
That whole sequence basically describes this entire game. New Trier just not able to get set up in the zone. Loyola just doing everything that it needs to get the puck out of their zone, preventing New Trier from scoring. Cole Jobert, non-stop pressure on the defenseman, then gets the puck and just fires it into the net 4-1. It looks like it's going to be the first regulation loss for New Trier here. Just an outstanding game plan from Loyola and perfectly executed by their players.
Don't forget Liam Finnegan way back in the second period got the game-winning goal here to take Loyola ahead 2-1, 37 in gold. Taking that Finnegan name and running in stride. Of course, if that sounds familiar, long line of pretty good Finnegans that come out of Loyola. Liam seems to be the next one.
His brother Aiden was a fantastic player at Loyola, winning a state championship and putting up a lot of points while doing it at Loyola.
Final 30 seconds to go. Nolan plays it in. Here's McAdams. Comes to Messina. No empty net. Garvin St. John. He's going to bury it into the corner. 10 seconds to go. This Loyola Ramblers team is going to defend home ice and win this rivalry series game over their arch rival, New Trier Green. Your final.
Yeah, guys, what a game. Honestly, we talked about Ryan Cohen's comments after the first period, able to back it up. 4 unanswered goals by the Ramblers. The Trevians took it to them in the first 8 minutes, and it was the Ramblers pretty much the rest of the game after that.
Yeah, if you're Loyola, you could argue you're one bad, fluky kind of goal away from really dominating, having a shutout this entire game against what a lot of people believe is the best team in the state of Illinois. Just a great game plan put together by Loyola, executed by their players. They did exactly what it needed to do to win this game. Can't applaud Loyola enough for their effort here tonight.
So now it looks like Jenna Rose has corralled Cole Jobert, who had 2 goals on the game, including that game-sealing one on the empty net. Jenna.
That was so thrilling to see you all crash towards the wall there, the boards, to be greeted by your fans. What was that moment like for you?
I mean, that's awesome. This is a really good team we just played, so it feels awesome to get to celebrate with our fans and win those games. So it was awesome.
They're a fierce competitor, but you guys are able to take the momentum heading into the second and the third period of this game. What does that say about this group?
I mean, I feel like earlier in the year we struggled with the third period. We lost multiple overtime games. I think this really proves who we are. Great job by everyone on our team. I'm just really proud of all of our boys. Great game.
2 goals for you at the end of the night. How did your teammates set you up to be in a position to find success?
I mean, I think we're all just here, like we say, it's a brotherhood. So, I mean, we're all so close, like such a good team. So it's just awesome all together. Yeah, it's so fun.
It's easy to see that you guys are family. Thank you so much for your time. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
And thank you, Jenna, doing a great job down at ice level all game long. Really appreciate her great work, her great interviews. And guys, I want to go back to something that Ryan Cowan said. I want to go back to what Ryan Cowan said, where he stood up at center ice in the New Trier Loyola game, 4-year varsity player, captain of Loyola Gold, said, "We are better than them 5-on-5." And boy, did he back it up.
He backed it. I mean, we both, all 3 of us, up here, were very taken away by his words, and strong words from your captain, able to back it up. What a game by the Ramblers.
Yeah, putting your money where your mouth is. Great job. And this Loyola was a complete team effort here in order to secure this win today.
So that will just about do it for us here from Heartland Ice Arena. Again, your final, New Trier gets their first regulation loss on the SHL season. They dropped to 15-1-2. A huge 2 points for Loyola as they move to 9-4-4 and inch a little bit closer in the standings. Good news, guys, we get this game again on January 13th.
Yeah,
more to come on this rivalry.
I was going to say, not a long time to wait to get some more dramatic, some more flair, and for the Trevians to finally get their revenge.
That will do it for us. Want to thank our great team here, of course, from the Hawks, Joe Caprio, Caleb Wiesner, and Paul Gogin, doing a great job. And I really appreciate their support from the Blackhawks organization here on the Rivalry Series presented by the Chicago Blackhawks. Of course, our great crew, Matt Budin, Patrick Loftus. Guys, just occurred to me, we had the Battle of New Trier Loyola up here on the cameraman as well, and I see a smiling Patrick Loftus to my left, a little bit sadder Matt Budin to my right. Hey, more games to come. Jimmy Olsen, Jimmy the Wiz, as he always does, bringing the great graphics, sounds, and all the rest. Really appreciate him as we always do. Jenna Rose down on ice level. Wes Anderson to my right. Andrew Rubin to my right. I am Max Anderson. Thank you so much for tuning in. Come right back here tomorrow night, 6 p.m. puck drop. We'll do New Trier Loyola one more time, girls edition, right here on the SHL Network. Once again, your final. New Trier takes it 4-1. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll talk to you tomorrow night.